Greetings, and good day, everybody. Just kind of doing a little bit of a Q&A. Someone asked me how I got started with reading tarot cards. Basically back in say 2006 to 2008, I used to go see this lady right here. No, say 2008 to maybe 2010 or something like that. Then in 2011, I moved to New Jersey and she passed away. So her name was Violet, Lady Wonder. She would read palms and cards. And she said she was taught by her mother. She was really good. A lot of the things that she told me did come to fruition. Some of the things are actually playing out right now, and like I said, that was 2008 to say 2010 or somewhere around in there. Once she passed away, and I was in New Jersey because that was in North Carolina, if you can tell from the card. So once I moved to New Jersey, I kind of started doing tarot readings on my own online. So I would go to the different websites, and those websites will have you pick out, say, anywhere from 3 to 5 cards or more, and it will tell you whatever your prediction is. You're supposed to ask a question or have a question in mind before you pick a card, and then whatever your question is supposed to be revealed in the tarot cards. For the most part, every reading that I've ever had was accurate. And then I know a lot of people are afraid of it, so I did start doing some research. And divination is in the Bible. I can tell you, hold on. No, it's in Genesis. And people have been, doing predictions for millennia. So, let's see. Let's see the scripture in Genesis 44. Basically, Joseph tests his brothers who have not recognized him by returning their money in each sack of grain they had purchased. In Benjamin's sack, he places his special silver cup. After the brother leaves her home, Joseph sends his steward after them to confront them over the theft of the cup. The steward was to say to him, "Why have you repaid evil for good? It is not for this that my anointed drinks, and by this that he practices divination." So if you want to read a little bit more about that, but basically Joseph claims to have knowledge of divination, which seems to contradict or could be in conflict with what the Bible says. But again, it's all throughout the Bible. Our ancestors did look to the stars in the heavens for answers and guidance, and divination is one of the things that they used. They would use stones, divination stones, and those stones would give them certain answers. Every president uses some type of psychic medium to predict certain outcomes. So people are practicing it. They just kind of don't talk about it because a lot of people consider it to be evil. But a lot of people, especially people in higher places, do use divination to make certain predictions in their life. I do have a gift. I'm not used to sharing my gift with people. And so once after I stopped, so I was doing the tarot card readings online. Then I'll say within the past, year or so, I've been watching tarot card readers online. And basically they've given me the courage to buy my own cards, I'll say. Um, and I had cards for a while, and when I first got them, I shuffled them and I kind of let them bond with me, so to speak, because you do have to kind of connect with the cards, if that makes sense. When you have psychic powers or psychic abilities, the cards need to kind of absorb your energy, if that makes sense. Um, so I connected with the cards when I first got them. My first deck was the Rider Waite decks, and I did connect with them, and I could feel, the connection. But I put them back in the box and I put them away. So again, I do have this natural ability already, but the cards just make me feel comfortable enough to share with my gift with other people, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how I started doing tarot card reading. So while I'm on here, I am going to pull 3 cards from the Hoodoo Tarot deck. And it's just going to be the overall general message for today. During the middle of this Mercury retrograde, Mercury has been acting up all day today, at least in my universe. So all right, we have 3. The 8 of baskets, 7 of coins in reverse, and the 2 of baskets. So let's see what those say, because it is slightly different from regular tarot cards. Slightly different, not too much different, but a little bit different. Okay, so the 8 of baskets we'll read first. All right. 8 of baskets, becoming independent, moving on, leaving the past behind, trying to find oneself, retreat, relocating, abandoning all that you have outgrown, and seekers of truth. So again, it is Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is forcing us to look back at our past, some of the maybe mistakes that we made, or bad choices that we made, and it's causing us to reflect. So you're either grateful that you did leave some of those situations behind, and if you're not, you should be glad that you did leave those situations behind, because this is the time to do that. If you feel like there's someone that you need to leave behind, again, this is the time to do that, because Mercury retrograde is going in reverse. So again, it's a time for us to look back at our past, see what we did right, and see where maybe we could have done better, and just, not repeating some of those same choices. So again, it's being independent. So if you had to cut everybody out of your life, be independent and be strong and continue to move on, because greater things are coming for you. You're now finding yourself. You're looking within. It is the age of Aquarius, so it's the time for that as well, to look within your inner self. Find that joy. Find that joy that you're supposed to have in your life before anything traumatic ever happened to you. Pay attention to your triggers. What is triggering you and why? Is this something that you need to leave behind, such as a job? It could be a job. It could be people. It could be a relationship. Whatever that looks like for you. And here's what that card looks like. Okay. You do see the flowers. A man, he looks like he's walking away. He kind of has his eyes closed, as if he's very peaceful and calm at this moment, if you can see that. So he is walking away, looks like from something that may have been a little messy. Okay, so if you had to walk away from something messy, it's okay. You see he has a flower in his hand, and he's ready to move on. He's just walking forward and not looking back. Okay, so that's what this is telling us. Any unwelcome visitors, anybody that you don't want around, keep them away from you. It's okay. It's okay to cut people out of your life. You don't have to be in someone's life in the name of friendship or family, or even, a job. Again, whatever it is that you need to cut out, or if you already cut it out, you did a good job, and it's okay for you to move forward, you'll have your flowers. Okay, again, he has a flower in his hand, and he's in a garden of flowers. So this was a good idea for him. Okay. um, Now, Seven of Coins. It did come up in reverse. Some of these cards in this deck do not have a negative meaning, and some do. This one does. Again, this is the Seven of Coins in reverse. Okay. And it basically saying, feeling like your time has been wasted. So if you did have, a job that you didn't like and you had to leave it, don't feel like you wasted your time. What did you learn from that situation? We should always ask ourselves, what did we learn from the situation? What did we learn from that relationship? What did we learn from that friend? What did we learn from that family member? What did we learn from that situation? Again, this is a time to reflect. This is not a time to feel like you wasted your time, because nothing is ever a waste of time. Everything happens to teach us whatever it needs to teach us to get us to that next point or that next level. So don't ever think that you've wasted your time. Again, always ask yourself, what did I learn from this situation? Fruitless endeavors, increased workload for the same pay, demoralization, workaholics, giving up prematurely, dead-end jobs, bills piling up, short-term thinking, reaping what you have sown, setbacks, and wasted energy. Again, don't waste your energy somewhere that you don't want to be. Don't allow anyone to demoralize you. Don't work for pay that you feel like you don't deserve. You know your value and you know your worth. So again, don't feel like you wasted your time in those situations. Don't think of the short term. If you need to use that situation to get to the next level, then do that. But if you're unhappy in a place, don't stay there. You don't have to stay there. You're not obligated. There are other opportunities. And that's what this is telling you. You have other opportunities in front of you. Like, you see how she has all those coins? She has 7 coins. But look, she's looking in the opposite direction. Those coins are right there in front of you. Those coins represent success and opportunity. So take advantage of the opportunity. Stop looking away. If you need to catch up on some things, then catch up on some things. But, take advantage of the opportunities. Okay? If you feel like you're wasting your time in a place, you're giving them all your time and attention, and then you don't have time for yourself afterwards, then you need to reevaluate what you have going on. And you need to figure out something different. Okay? But don't sit there and wallow in it and feel like you're wasting your time. What can you do in the meantime to improve your situation? That's what you should ask yourself. And again, what did you learn from that situation? Because there's always a lesson to be learned. Okay? And the last card is the Two of Baskets. You see the happy couple? 2. They have the baskets in front of them with all the abundance and prosperity. Okay? This is a great card. It's harmonious partnership. So you have a great partner coming towards you. Or you already have a great partner. So you should appreciate that partner. There's reciprocity. There's warmth. There's romance. There's equality. There's sharing. There's reconciliation. These two are best friends. You see how you can tell when a couple takes a picture together whether or not they're really into each other or not. Look how he's smiling. He is in love with her. And she is just enamored. She's just eating it all up. She's loving this space that she's in with him. There's joy, there's balance, there's mutual respect, there's contentment. It's a serious commitment. You can look at him and tell he is serious about her. Okay? And she does have a smile, like she's just loving it. Emphasizing similarities instead of differences. So they're focused on what they have in common, but they respect the differences that they have in each other. And truces, so they know how to have open and honest communication and solve their differences without it being conflict and without cussing each other out or calling each other's names. That's what you want in a relationship. Okay, so this is coming towards you. So rejoice and give thanks. Okay, give thanks to the Most High that everything is going to turn around. Like, you know, get your baskets. Get your basket of flowers and stop ignoring them. Stop, getting frustrated with what's going on. Change it. Change the situation. And then move on with your happy relationship. Because everything is going to be good. Okay? Alright, y'all. I just normally do 3 cards. Get out of this energy. And move on. Move on with your life. It's okay for you to move on. It's okay for you to leave things behind that do not serve a good purpose in your life anymore. It is okay for you to do that. You do not have to stay stuck or feel stuck in a situation. Again, whether it be a relationship, a job, a family member, whatever that looks like, an organization that you might be in. I know a lot of people get into some of these organizations and, they have all these rules and regulations. And sometimes they are in conflict with the new version of yourself, because we all grow and we all change. We are not supposed to stay the same. We are supposed to grow. And so sometimes when we grow and, we become a better version of ourselves, some of the things that we used to do or, enjoyed no longer serve a good purpose in our lives. So it's okay to leave those things behind. But don't ever think of it as you wasted your time. What did you learn from those situations? Or what can you teach someone else? Because we're all here to serve and learn and teach others. We're here to teach and learn. And, that's the reciprocity. You want reciprocity in every relationship, in every area of your life. So if you're in that relationship and there's no reciprocity, it's time to go. If you're on that job and there's no reciprocity, or you feel like they don't value you the way that you value yourself, it's time to go. If there's a family member who you feel like doesn't appreciate you, maybe you should distance yourself from them. Even if you don't completely cut them out. I have a friend, he said he just, he sees his family on holidays every 5 years. So if you need to be that person who only sees your relatives on occasion, whether it's every holiday, every other, I know another person, he does every other holiday. That's about all he can take is every other holiday. So it looks different for everybody. But you have to do what feels comfortable for you. And if you feel like you want to cut that person out completely altogether, then you'll have to do that. And you'll have to be okay with it. I know sometimes people, feel guilty or shameful or neglect, guilty or ashamed because other people say, oh, well, you only get one this, or you only got that, and you can't listen to any of that. You have to do what is best for you and your peace of mind. Again, if you're growing and you're going in a different direction, you have to go in that direction. Full speed ahead. Go in that direction. Go in whatever direction you need to go into so that you have your peace. Because that's what it's all about. You and your peace. Your tranquility, your calm, your serenity. That is important. Your mental health, your emotional health is important. Okay? So do what you need to do so you can be in this place. And get out of here. Stop looking back with regret. And move forward. Move forward. Go to your joyful place. Especially for some people who are in relationships just for the children, you should, if you can work it out with that person and you're both, willing to work together toward being in a healthy relationship, then that's fine. But if it's a toxic relationship, don't stay for the kids. that it's not going to serve a good purpose in your life. The kids can pick up on the energy, and they're going to repeat the same behavior and be in a miserable relationship when they become, adults, because they're seeing this toxic behavior. They're seeing these toxic patterns. So staying in a relationship for children is never a good idea. Staying in a relationship because your family wants you to be there is never a good idea. Staying in a career or on a job because your family wants you to do so, again, not a good idea. If you have a business idea brewing inside of you, you need to take advantage of that. How can you work towards that? What do you need to do? If you sew, if you make cookies, I don't know, I always kind of say this. Whatever you do, whatever you're good at. If you're good at babysitting, whatever that is, whatever you are good at, that's what you should be doing. Because when you do what you are called to do, you have peace of mind and you make the most money because you're serving the public in a way that would satisfy the Most High. Okay? So, I hope that was helpful. Talk to y'all later. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comments. Later.